Next one. It's one Dexter.
I did, I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. Okay, we will go ahead and call the meeting to order. Does anybody have addition or addition to propose the agenda? Okay. Any motion to approve the agenda?
Make that motion.
All those in favor? Us. And then same thing for the consent agenda. Right there in your packet.
We approve the consent agenda.
Discussion on that. All those in favor? Aye. Okay. So the agenda is approved. Public comments? Anybody? Okay, we'll close public comments. Mayor's report. The only thing I have to report is I got an email from Mike Clampett, as did some of y'all, or all of y'all, about the potential for a mental health substance abuse facility to be located in Jackson County, paid for by the state, or the building, construction building paid for by the state, and then maintained by a private company and run by a private company. So this would be a very critical piece of infrastructure for this town, this county, and very much needed. So I would urge this board to support that in any way they can, right? Your county commissioners or anybody else to garner some public support for that. And there will be a meeting with some more information presented soon. And I think you all on that email for when that is, and please try to attend that. Be as knowledgeable as you can about any development on that front so we can support it. And that is all I have to report. Sorry.
I don't have a report.
Nothing to report. No.
Okay, question. So when during a procedural question, so are we able to talk about stuff in your mayor's report, or can you you only can talk, or can we make comments and stuff on your mayor's report like that? I'll make a comment now, but because it's my turn anyways. In the future, is that something we could all of a sudden just talk about?
It's something I think if you want to have a board discussion on a topic, it should get added to the agenda. If you can just reiterate, or say whatever you want during your report. And as long as we stay kind of in an order like that and it doesn't become a discussion, I think that's fine for reports. If you want to talk about it, we can amend the agenda at any time.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just talk about it in my thing. So again, good evening, everyone. So I missed a couple of meetings. It's been a bummer to miss the meetings. I missed it. I'm still bummed we can't Zoom in or whatever, but that's the way it is. So just bouncing back to that mental health facility. Yeah, so it's a 50-bed facility with inpatient psych, as also with detox and substance abuse treatment. It's something I can tell y'all from my perspective in the ER here in the ER in Jackson County, that we have holds on a regular basis in the ER. We've had someone that was there for 6 months. Just recently, we had someone that was in an ER room for 4 months, a minor actually, and so it's a serious problem trying to find beds for folks. A lot of times we're able to get folks over to BHU in Haywood County. That is a challenge because family supports are sometimes can't make it over to Haywood County. They have no transportation. If we had a facility in Jackson County, then we would also have Jackson County transport, and we're actually keeping our Jackson County natives, our people here in our county, to take care of them ourselves. So I think that's a really important thing. Aside from the fact it's going to create a bunch of jobs because it's 50-bed facility, so you got nurses, support staff, all of that kind of thing. It sounds like it's paid for by the state, and all we have to do is just pick a spot and approve it. And I hear a lot of lip service about especially when it comes to issues with guns and shootings, and everybody's like, well, we need to fix mental health. Well, here is an opportunity right in front of us to fix mental health, and it's not going to fix all the problems. People that have successfully become clean from addiction, work through addiction issues. The folks that have made it, the term is in recovery, so you're never really cured. You're always maintaining your sobriety, and that's multiple times. So it's something that just doesn't happen overnight. There are huge problems, but if we can help one person or two people, I mean, these have repercussions throughout the whole community. Getting someone, off, getting their substance abuse addressed and working to get them back into a productive member of the community is super important. And so, yeah, I can't say enough how important it is to have something like this. And I'm looking forward to the meeting when we have a presentation by whoever it is, because they're going to have all the answers. And I appreciate Representative Clampett for bringing that to all of us as well. So moving on to more simple, regular town stuff. The website's up. Paige, I think you can talk about that in your manager's report. I looked at it. It looks great. It makes our town look much better. Amanda, I know you did a ton of work on that. So I appreciate it. It's really looks great. So thank you guys for doing that. That's something I wanted to see happen since I got on the board. And then on to crosswalks. I know this, I keep harping about this. I've talked to folks on the board about this. I know I've talked to you, Paige. So last year we talked about putting, as a budget item, paying for some of those signs. Are you able to pull that thing up just so everybody can see it, and maybe folks at home curled up on the couch watching us? This part of town is one of our busiest part of towns, if not the busiest. So especially that spot in front of Innovation, which isn't really on this picture, but I kind of photoshopped this to have these. This is what I want to get. I want to buy these. I think Jake said they're a couple $100 a piece. That one in the middle is plus or minus, and we could probably move that down to go in front of Innovation. Chief Hatton has mentioned that DOT's changed the rules, so we're able to actually put one of these in the middle of the crosswalk, which would be perfect down in front of Innovation, because it would really slow folks down. And the one on the other side is missing. We had Jake had put a couple of those in the other side on Mill. So I'd like to replace the one on Mill, those two on the outside, and then one in Innovation. And if they're a couple $100 a piece, we're talking, a few $100, less than $1,000 or something like that. And I'd like to either pull that out of fund balance or use ARPA funds to do that. Because especially coming up from Innovation towards ILDA, there's a little rise there that you can appreciate on the sign, but you cannot see the crosswalk until you can't see the painting on the crosswalk until you're basically going on top, probably right where that white truck is. So it's something that is public safety. I think is super important, and I would ask the board to consider, using some either, like I said, fund balance or a little bit of ARPA funds to purchase those, especially now during busy time. And also, Paige, have you heard anything about the painting again? We're just waiting on DOT at this point. Okay.
Yes, they did request.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
And he sent me the updated quote for the signs. They're $350 each.
Jeez. So
That's about 40% more than what we bought the ones.
I know they just keep going up. So there's an argument to get it now because I got to go up more.
The old ones, got stolen.
One did. One got sold. These were not here. I put these there in the Photoshop. These were never there. There's ones at Mill and Grindstaff. Jake bought one down there, and that one's still there. And he bought two that you can't see them, but they're on the others. They're on Mill right at the other. If you just continue that over, one of those got nicked, and the base is still there. So I don't know. Maybe
Two at Mill and Schulman, I think, too. Right there. I think there's two on Mill at Schulman.
At Schulman. Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha, right. Actually, that's why I always call Brian staff Schulman. I never, yeah, so it's Schulman I meant. So, yeah, and then the one in front of, would probably get tagged from time to time, or maybe not, I mean, it's really gonna slow people down. And then that's really where we want to slow folks down, as they come into town.
The one in innovation is, but someone has been doing.
Yeah, they've been hit at this one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're promoting how many of these?
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 new ones, 1 replacement. And
Well, the 3 new ones here, what about down innovation?
that's what I'm saying. The one in the middle here, it's a little bit of icing on the cake. I don't think it's that big of a deal. When I was walking around, I thought, that might look nice, but we could live without that one. In a perfect world, I would put those there, but we could probably live without that one if we're really talking about keeping the price down, just the bare minimum. And it is, so.
What do you like the middle one or no?
I think that's the most important one of all.
You don't want
To
the
me,
middle one
it
there?
catches my attention. way more
Okay,
than
cool.
Something in the road, you're a driver, it makes you
Yeah.
see what it is.
They're the one in innovation.
I think, yeah, and we're working on we've got a new speed sign like the one that's on Mill Street. We got a new one of those, and so one of the ideas is to put it as you're coming past the fire department, coming into town, something that grabs your attention about your speed.
Yeah.
Problem is, not a great place to put it right there.
Yeah.
That's a perfect place for it to be, so we're working on that part. But I would like to hear, DOT did change the rules, but I would like to hear a local representative say to me, yes, if you spend $1,500 on these things, you can put them on the street. Because the DOT's, they're funny about that.
Oh, yeah,
And they
actually,
have changed it. They've come up with a whole new guide. I gave you a copy of it where
Yeah.
they have changed a lot, they've loosened up quite a bit, but I would really like to hear somebody local
Sure.
say, yes, you can do that, so we don't spend money.
He's attached to the ground,
yeah, they drill them into, there's a,
So you can get them portable.
and with the DOT, I know it has to be printable. Just knock over if you hit
And
them.
then just not, it just knocks over.
there's a base, and then there's the actual sign that sticks in the base, and it's not the way it's attached, it's kind of smart. But yeah, but the one I'm talking at the middle, you're talking, Dave, you're talking about the middle here, and Chris, same thing, so they're up, okay, so there'd be these 3 plus 1 down in front of NO, if DOT says it's okay. I mean, you could put a couple on either side of NO.
So you need one on each side of the crosswalk for drivers coming both directions.
Yeah, and then replace that one, so, I mean, I'm talking here. That's why I say this one in the middle here, if you guys really like that one.
Okay, so the financial side of this.
Okay, so I think $2,000 would probably cover them with shipping. There's an extra $1,000 built in board expense for Christmas parade float. You could plan on walking like last year.
Are we getting?
Like go-to money. Out portal.
No, I get it. I need the other one. Somebody. Exactly. That sounds like an easy $1,000, yes.
Then we can look at line items to see how close we get to the other 2,000.
Okay.
Jake may have some in signage. Do you have any police safety grant money?
We'll be, not great, we can.
So I had a question, like, I know we asked Shannon that day he was here, if this was something that could be covered with. Is it,
GSP grant.
yeah, is it, or?
That was the answer. No, but that's the fast answer. I can explain to you, but that was,
Okay.
But your sign might be, right?
it was.
Oh, yeah, so you're the fancy expensive sign.
We just get another one of those and then sell someone. And like,
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, all right, it sounds like you have board support to squeeze this money. And maybe you have to come to us for a budget amendment
Okay.
at the end to get it. Do we want any sort of action to move forward on this?
Let's just have let's get a vote if you all want to move forward with it and we'll find the money.
Okay, just a verbal consent. Everybody, this is something everybody wants.
Yes.
You nodded your head, I'm assuming you did.
Yes, definitely. No, thank you.
I'll think about
Thank you, I appreciate it. As being someone who has seen some, people who got hit in these crosswalks, like I've seen them in the ER, it's, a couple of them have been pretty lucky, they've been a lot worse. And so busy down there, which is great, but it's super busy. Thanks for putting that picture up. And then finally, and my filibuster here. But yeah, I just want to say that I've really enjoyed this past 4 years working with y'all, with the town, being part of, working with the community. And, having this position, I don't take it as something lightly. I try and do my best to kind of represent everybody in the town, but bring my own, ideas as well. So just wanted to make it, let everybody know. So I like it so much. I decided to hang around for another 4 years. So I have put in my, I filed for running again for this fall. That's it. I'm done.
It's done.
I don't have much. I just wanted to congratulate the chief for the nomination on your award. That's pretty special, and that program. I think it gives us a little bit of a step ahead of when we start talking about a mental health facility. So really proud that we're moving in that.
I apologize for being a little tardy today, but I don't have anything to report, so. Thank you.
All right, so the commissioner's report, manager's report.
Yes, thank you. So Bernadette will begin full-time on July the 27th. We've been conducting the first round of interviews for the firefighter vacancy this week. Eric Fonslow has been promoted from firefighter to captain, so this firefighter will be the one that works his shift, which is B shift. Our new website is active. You may need to clear the cookies on your device to look at it. We've contacted Google to reroute it so that our GovOffice site will eventually come down. And I'd like to extend a huge thank you to Amanda for her work on that. She worked really hard. I think it looks great, but working with NCI on developing it. So I hope you all like it. The fire department dinner is July 17th at 7 in the training room at the fire department. And the Southwestern Commission annual dinner is Monday, July the 24th at 5:30 at Betty's Creek. Let me know if you haven't received the invitation to that and I'll scan it to you. We're still in the process of reviewing our Unicode ordinances for recodification and hope to complete that review in late August. Project updates, Allen Street stabilization is still on schedule. The north wall's been completed and work is getting ready to start on the south wall of soil nails. As far as the public restroom goes, Watco and Blue Ridge Rail have requested additional survey points, and Jake's contacted the surveyor to update that again. And I provide our municipal insurance liability policies. So if those things are, if the real estate division is happy with those, depending on that and the amount of time it takes, we could be under construction late this fall. And Lynn worked with Southwestern Commission to get our grant extended through through June of 2028 to complete that restroom and Allen Street. And Bridge Park grant infrastructure, the TDA Board of Directors approved, or they're recommending the county commissioners approve the Bridge Park green infrastructure project. So it should go before the county commissioners in August. And then we could begin construction right after the Pottery Festival at the beginning of November. Don't have any questions?
Do you know which August meeting?
I don't, I'll find out.
Any questions? Next page.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move to new business. And the first item on here is planning board appointment. The plan is not to appoint somebody today. I don't think we've even received applications for this. I think the real reason this is on here is just to remind everybody, especially the public, that we do have an opening on our planning board, and it is a very important role to fill. make a lot of critical decisions for the town. So if you're interested in applying, applications on the website. And if any of you know anybody who's interested, talk to them about it, get them information on the importance of the board.
Does that person have to be in town?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, if you know somebody you think may be interested and you want me to talk with them, I'm happy to do that and talk to them about the time commitment and the type of decisions the board makes.
How many spots again?
One,
Just one now? Is anybody kind of coming out?
we don't have any applications yet.
No, I mean, is anybody else, any other folks gonna be leaving soon?
I think the next person would be Russ Harris's term that might end in maybe next June. But he would be at the end of his third term.
Yeah, got it. Okay. And then did we change things for the ETJ, like as far as, I can't remember the term limit thing. Are there term limits for ETJ?
There's not a term limit on the ETJ because it's such a small
Yeah.
population of residents.
That's what I thought. I just
In that area.
Okay. Any other questions or comments on that? Okay. ABC Board Chairman appointment.
The Jackson County Commissioners have reappointed David Nolan for another 3-year term and appointed him as chairman for a 1-year term. Our merger agreement says that both boards confirm the ABC chairman appointment.
And I thought we already did, but we haven't yet. We need to do that tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be happy to make that motion.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion, any discussion?
Okay, discussion. So how many, he's up for, how many terms has he served?
I'm not sure since he was a county appointment. I don't remember if he was on the Jackson County Board before we merged, but we merged in 2015.
Okay, gotcha. So we did term limits for ABC board, right? And then is he bumping into, is there a conflict? Because I don't know, does that Jackson
County did not adopt term limits
Okay,
for their appointees.
so there is some conflict with our, how we go about this. So would he be term limited? I mean, is he still within his terms for us?
I think this is his last year to be chairman is 1 year annually. And I think this is the last year
Okay.
that can happen.
Okay, so can I ask you, maybe we'll like talk to Don.
Based on what? Wait, why is it his last year? He's allowed to. They don't
I think
have
if it's term limits, this will be the last year of that.
term limits. If they had term limits, he would still be, if we adopted a 3-term limit. So this would be his 3rd term.
And it's an annual
As chair.
this year.
Okay,
This will be the last year.
so the other terms are how long? Are they 3 years then? It's just the chair is an annual? Okay, I wonder if, okay, well, we could talk about that maybe.
How long has he been chair? Why is it on here?
It's a 1-year appointment because that's how it was set up in the merger agreement.
And so then it's 3 years total then, like by our rules, right? Right, is that right? Would that be right? Or did we do like?
No, I think his board appointment would still be 3 years, right? But the chair is just appointed.
Yeah,
here.
okay,
It's appointed for another 3 years.
And this is for his 3-year.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
this is for his 1-year chairman.
Right, but he's already in the 3, sorry, I know.
In his 3 years.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of, and not like sort it out tonight, but if you could, that is something that could be a problem in the future where the.
Especially if somebody doesn't want to serve.
Yeah, but also like if, we say you can only, our rules are term limits, but we're the only ones with term limits, then it would get weird where like. We're not, they approve them, but we're like, no, we can't because it's a term limit. So, I don't know, I guess we should.
So we have people on that board that are term limited, and people on that board that are not. term
Okay,
limited?
so let's point out that the term limits only apply to the people that we appoint.
Okay, cool, gotcha. But we still have to vote on
Chair.
a chair though, so a chair, so we have no term limits on the chair. Right, so then we're in,
Is chair for a year.
okay, right, but we haven't set a term limit for the chair vote. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, good, so
I
we're,
understand what you're saying.
We are all in harmony. We are in harmony with the county, which is our ultimate. All right.
Well, I don't get it. We are in harmony with the county and we have term limits for our appointees, but they don't have term limits for theirs.
We chose that last year or the year before,
Yeah, right.
That's right.
and we have a certain number that we bring to the table and that they.
Yeah. I think that's like how the town of Sylva is also appointed, and then, you know, Hillsborough appoints them, the county. But yeah, you know where I'm going with that. I just want to make sure we're not in this
Yeah,
point.
I mean,
We're, as long as it's, you know, where it's the same term and we term limit someone and they don't, and then you have like the county approving, but we don't, and so that person can.
right.
But it sounds like for the chairmanship, it doesn't.
The thing, we jointly vote on the chair, we don't have to
Yeah.
determine it on, yeah, I mean, and I get your point, term limits are very healthy for all of them confusing. And fortunately, we have them for our Sylva appointee on there, but, you know, county doesn't, so.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, well, we have a motion on the table.
What was it?
For, so David Jones, for chair.
I just replied.
Any more discussion on that? Oh, figured everybody.
I'm tempted to say something about 3 years just to make it confusing.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay, none opposed. Congratulations, David Nolan. Special event request, Innovation Brewing at Farmers Market is our next item. Let's go over that one. I mean, you all have the application.
We just need you to acknowledge the ABC board budget.
Oh, this is just the, I scratched that one out already, sorry. Okay, nothing to adopt, we've already adopted it, this was just an acknowledgement you all received in your packet. To get the additional 160 on top of our previous 160 for 320, which is fantastic.
There's your process.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so no action needed, but
Correct. Yeah.
there it was in your packet for review. Okay, sorry, I skipped that one. Okay, now special event request, Innovation Brewing.
Lisa, do you want to talk about it?
It's just the fact that, the idea of having innovation at the third Thursday market, so it's just the 5 to 8 market on Thursdays. You know, if they would be able to attend it or not.
It's just like a blanket.
Yeah, just throughout, like for each of them through December, is like, you know, because I have, it reserved through December 21st on the third Thursdays.
So you're taking a break, for the winter.
Possibly. I haven't figured out next year. I've actually had a few people want more days, but I don't, you know, the renting, that's a big space to actually do that. So, you know, it's something that will have to be figured out. So I was going to start planning everything else, you know, probably early fall. Because I know with like the Ridge Park construction and things like that, that changes it too.
Oh, that's true, right, that might start this fall, same time.
Yeah, and it's fine. I mean, yeah, I've been worked with Jake and I have talked about this project for years. So I mean, I know.
Yeah, what is the plan for during construction? I guess if it takes place over the winter, that'd be best.
Right, and so we wouldn't rent the park then. I mean, if you thought that you could work with the spaces available, I mean, that we wouldn't rent it for like parties and reunions and that sort of thing, because they'll have a lot less parking and construction equipment.
And we're only, I have the holiday markets for the November and December ones, but that can be more in the parking lot than anywhere else. And then other than that, you basically have a limit of 16 vendors anyway, even in the space now, and it's only farmers. So, and that was actually really good. Last time I had one of the farmers go, I made double what I made in cash rows the night before. You know, and so that type of thing, even with just a small amount of people out there. So.
Thanks. So, all right, any more questions or discussion? Requests?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the special event request by Innovation Brewing. Any more discussion? All those in favor? And none opposed? It's approved. And another one, special event request for Boston Falls Brewing at the Concerts on the Creek. There's also a packet.
Yes, and these are 4 dates, the end of July and through August.
Questions or discussion on that? Okay, motion to approve the special request at Boston Falls Brewing at Concerts on the Creek for the dates shown in the application. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, none opposed, that passes as well. One more thing. Adjournment.
You're done. I motion, we adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Adjourned.
John work. Half an hour. It's good. That was a lot of